Been put into place for Saturday morning. We're on your side with how long the cold temperatures are going to stick around.
And with plenty of events this weekend, we tell you what you can expect for those of you headed to have a great time.
Y'all better have a great time. Plus, we take a deep dive into what scientists are hoping to learn from the eclipse.
WBRC Fox 6 News. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Welcome in, everyone. It's the ladies' show tonight.
Y'all thought you were getting Weather Extra, but it's actually the Lauren and Tania show.
Welcome.
Yeah.
We are so glad to have you guys tuned in tonight. We've got a lot to talk about, especially with that eclipse on Monday, right, Lauren?
We do. I hope you like eclipse content because that's basically most of the show. But not only do we have the eclipse, Tania, which of course is one of those once-in-a-lifetime events, but we also have a First Alert Weather Day by the middle of next week.
Yes, and that's part of the next big thing that we're talking about. Let's take this full screen here. First, tonight, cold conditions, that frost advisory, including some of our eastern counties across central Alabama. Let's zoom in here to get a better view of this. This is in effect 4 a.m. on your Saturday till about 9 a.m. So you can expect some patchy frost around tomorrow morning. We'll see temperatures in the mid 30s and low 40s. We need to protect those sensitive plants tonight and of course bring in those pets. We won't be below freezing, but we want those pets to stay nice and warm, and I want those plants to survive too, okay? So just make sure you're taking all precautions. Here's a look at those morning temperatures tomorrow. We will see lots of sunshine, but notice early in the morning temperatures down in the low 30s for like Etowah County, 35 in Cherokee, some of those lower 40s down south and west central Alabama, 42 in Greene, 41 in Tuscaloosa, 38 in Coosa County. So please bundle up tomorrow. Don't just cover those plants, cover yourself too. You're going to need a coat if you're going to be out early tomorrow morning and even for this evening. But this weekend, we really warm up. Highs on Saturday afternoon, 68 degrees. Sunday, even warmer there, 75. We're going to see winds finally coming back out of the south by Sunday, but that brings us to some more active weather in our forecast. We've got that warm, moist air building in from the Gulf, and the first day that we're going to start to see impacts of that is on the Great American Eclipse Day. That's Monday, April the 8th. We're going to see showers around and possible cloud coverage only 3 days away. And the big question is, will we be able to actually see the total solar eclipse? And as of right now, we're still looking at mostly cloudy conditions across central Alabama for our Monday, with increasing cloud coverage by Tuesday, and then that First Alert Weather Day in effect for Wednesday into Thursday, where we can see our next chance for rain and storms. Looking here, though, at the 2024 total solar eclipse, who can see totality? It's going to stretch down towards Texas, up towards Dallas, Little Rock, Arkansas, and areas further northeast across the United States. Even parts of Ohio are going to see totality. But for us, we'll be close, not totality, about 86% or so. But the big question is, will we be able to get a good view of it with the cloud coverage that we will see around? Hopefully, we can get some breaks in those clouds, but it looks like clouds are really going to stretch all across the northeast portions of the United States. And it looks like everyone in totality has a chance to have limited view of the total solar eclipse as well. So we're going to continue to give you more eclipse coverage throughout the night tonight, but let's time this out really quickly. You see here, the eclipse starts at 12:41, and we start to see portions of the sun covered around 1:23. It peaks at 2 p.m. and it's pretty much over just around 3:17 p.m. And with the eclipse just a few short days away, Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt takes a deep dive into some of the things we can learn from solar phenomenons like this one.
The total solar eclipse happening in the United States on April 8th will be an unusual event, so much so that it won't happen again until 2044. We will need eye protection to view the eclipse over Alabama with an 80 to 90% blockage. While it's not 100%, it will still be an incredible experience with wide-ranging impacts and implications. Dr. Yunus Khan, a professor of physics at UAB, specializes in planetary science and comets. Dr. Khan says there's so much we can learn from this rare alignment of the sun, moon, and the earth.
Very nice view, especially of the corona of the sun, which is the outer atmosphere, which is not available generally during regular times because it is so faint. There are some scientific aspects which we can study only when the sun is blocked, and especially like the corona and what the solar wind when it is coming out of the sun we don't exactly really know how it works.
So, if the sun is blocked, that means we have more opportunities to understand the sun, but also an opportunity to learn more about the behavior of our own atmosphere.
Since the sun will be blocked, there will be a drop in temperature as well. And there will also be changes in the outer layers of our atmosphere. And as we know, the outer layers of the atmosphere, they're basically responsible, or they play a big role in the communication. So there might be some communication glitches. We never know until we study it.
Scientists will not only be studying what is happening above, but also what is happening in our surroundings.
Birds, they might think that, oh, it's night, so they might become quiet. And the crickets might start chirping. And there might be some kinds of creatures, especially some rare species of bats, which might become active because they might be thinking that it's nighttime. So a lot of these scientists who are studying animal and human behavior, they will also be on the lookout for the effects of the solar eclipse on humans and on other species.
Those in the path of totality will only have 3 to 4 precious minutes to gather data. While it may be a brief and memorable moment in time for so many, it will be a moment that will last for months and years as scientists learn from the data. I'm WBRC First Alert Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt on your side.
And just as Dr. Khan stated, this is the greatest time to study how the sun activity can impact us here on Earth. During the event, NASA will be using sounding rockets and high-altitude planes to try to better understand the activity. We're looking forward to finding out what they find. Lauren.
And even though we may not be able to fully take a look at the eclipse, there's a cool event happening on Monday that you can visit and get to still experience the chance to see it firsthand. Well, York, if you can tell us more about this event that you all are having here, and did you guys have an event like this in 2017, or is this the first of its kind?
This is really the first time that we're doing this. We're really excited. You know, Mother Nature is going to put up a spectacle for us, and so we wanted to seize the opportunity. Kessler Collection believes that people want to be inspired, and so we want to inspire people by providing great food, great drinks. We have a DJ, so we're bringing some music in, and then we'll let Mother Nature put on the light show for us.
And what time will this event be from?
We'll start at 12 noon. The eclipse officially begins at 12:40. We anticipate people will show up a little bit earlier. We have glasses for them so they can safely watch the eclipse.
When people are coming on Monday, do they have to pay anything? What's the way they can get in?
So it's a first come, first serve. No reservations are needed. We have plenty of space out here on the rooftop terrace, and we have a couple of food specials. We also have some drink specials, and we recognize the date with our pricing. So the drink specials, such as our cocktails as well as Prosecco, will be at $4.08 a piece.
As a meteorologist, I've been looking at the forecast, and it looks like it could maybe be mostly cloudy. There's maybe even a chance of some showers in the forecast. So what are you guys going to do if there is a situation where it's raining or cloudy?
So we paid the good weather bills already, so we trust that everything is going to be okay on Monday. If it's a little bit cloudy, I think we'll still be able to recognize that the moon is eclipsing the sun, and so I think it would still be a fun event. We have plenty of roof here in case it should rain, but I'm sure we're going to get a little window where people can gaze at the sun.
One of the things, even though we're not going to be in the path of totality, even at partial totality, you have to have safe eyewear. So people have that here.
We do. You can certainly everybody can bring their own, but we went out and got these high designer glasses, and these are absolutely good for anybody to look into the sun. They're safe. We check them. This is what you should wear. You should not use sunglasses because it will damage your eyes.
Right.
So we will have enough to provide these to anybody that's joining us.
So should we try them on?
Sure,
Yeah.
let's do it. Wow.
Oh yeah, I can't see
There it is.
anything.
Look at the sun.
Okay, and I'm looking at the sun right now with my glasses on, and it looks pretty normal, but it's cool. We can actually
Yes.
look at the sun with our glasses on. So yeah, if you ever just for some reason want to stare at the sun, make sure you have one of these. Not
Absolutely.
just on Eclipse Day. Great, York. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
wear your hair in a ponytail on a windy day, folks. That's my PSA for you. And that is at the Grand Bohemian at Habitat Feed and Social, the restaurant there in Mountain Brook. And so that'll be kicking off Monday afternoon. And you may see me there going into that little Alice in Wonderland vibe. In 30 seconds, we teach you a cool way to look at the eclipse if you weren't able to snag any glasses like we had there with Tania Michelle. We'll be right back. Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Meteorologist Lauren Linehan here, getting a look at First Alert AccuTrack as we head into your Friday evening. We've been enjoying a beautiful blue sky all day and still looking nice and dry on First Alert AccuTrack. Temperatures for most of us are in the 60s. We are seeing some 50s up in northeast Alabama, though. And remember, those spots in northeast Alabama are where we could be seeing those cooler temperatures and frost developing in the morning. So if you're going to be out and about this weekend, even though it's going to be dry, the pollen levels are still a nuisance. I know Tania has been sneezing up a storm here in the studio, but the trees and weed pollens, those are at moderate levels, especially if you're very sensitive to the grass pollens. Those are going to be high. So take care of those. We hope for some improvements next week with rain in the forecast. Tania?
Thanks for throwing me under the bus there, Lauren. Achoo! And just in case you weren't able to get any glasses for the eclipse, I give you the step-by-step tutorial on how to make your own viewing device. So get out those materials and take a look. Don't be a last-minute Louie like me, especially when it comes to trying to view the total solar eclipse that only comes around in a blue moon. But if you are last minute, I've got you covered. Here's how you can make an at-home viewing device. So if you don't have one of these up-to-date eclipse glasses, then you may want to make one of these. This is an at-home viewing device. Here's what you'll need: a cereal box, some scissors, a sheet of paper, some tape, a marker, and a friend like Brett. No, I'm just kidding. You need aluminum foil. And once you have all the items, you need a place to put everything together. Let's do it. Here's how it works, and it's pretty simple. Let's go step by step. First, take that cereal box and trace the bottom of it on the white sheet of paper. Then you're going to grab your scissors and cut out that rectangular shape. When it's all cut out, take that rectangular shape that you see here and place it at the bottom of your cereal box. And I have a view here of how it will look. Next, you're going to draw 2 lines. And those 2 lines are going to make a total of 3 squares at the top of that cereal box. On the top of that cereal box, you're going to then cut out a square on each side of the box. You should now have 2 openings on either side of the box. You're going to cover, though, that left opening with aluminum foil and securing it with tape. Now, is it that easy? No, we missed a step. Don't forget to take those scissors and punch a hole in the side covered with aluminum foil. Now you're done. During the eclipse, turn your back to the sun and look through the opening on the right side of the box top. A reflection of the eclipse will play out on the paper inside of the box. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Tania Michelle, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan with a nice weekend forecast. That means plenty of fun events to explore. Meteorologists Matt Daniel and Mickey Ferguson join us now with more.
I think you're getting ready for the weekend.
It's Friday! Yeah!
So let's talk about the weekend.
Let's do it.
We go into April, we got a lot of things starting to kick up. People want to be outside. We've got some festivals.
A festival.
Yeah.
It's Druid City, their art festival. It's going on tomorrow at Government Plaza there in Tuscaloosa, Matt.
And it looks great, right? Might want to start out with the jacket. Temperatures in the mid 50s at 10 o'clock, but we're warming up into the upper 60s. Hey, we might get close to 70 tomorrow in Tuscaloosa.
With a forecast like that, you need to get your little bitty to Druid City.
Hey, that rhymed. And if not, maybe go to the Oak Mountain State Fair.
That's a great looking fair forecast. 67 degrees. I want to keep a jacket in the car if you're going to be out and about there at Oak Mountain in the evening hours, because we get down into the 50s when the gates close.
That's right. And you know what? We got Barons baseball.
Whoa.
Yeah, it starts tonight, but also goes into tomorrow. But this is Sunday's forecast, and that looks really nice. 4 o'clock, Chattanooga, 72 degrees,
Wow.
dry.
Man,
Baseball.
That sounds great. Get you a hot dog, sit in the grass if you want to, up there by the outfield. That'd be a nice day.
Take me out to the ball game. Hey, what about going to the Gulf Coast?
Hey, the UV index is a little bit high, so be sure and slather on that sunscreen or wear one of those shirts, because it's going to be nice down there.
Yeah, got some sunshine. The rip current threat's pretty low going into the weekend. Starts to pick up, though, Monday into Tuesday. And those temperatures, like a degree warmer. It was like 64, now it's 65. So
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. But here's that 7-day forecast for the Gulf Coast. Looking really nice this weekend.
But we do have a chance of rain going into Wednesday and Thursday of next week, that same time frame where we could see some storms here locally.
Yeah, it looks pretty active at that point, so pretty wet all across the southeast. Maybe you're going to the mountains, and it's going to be pretty chilly tomorrow, 50s and 30s, but we're warming up pretty nicely going into next week, but look at all that rain.
Yeah, so get the s'mores going for tomorrow. But then it warms up for Sunday, Monday, but the umbrella is going to be your fella come next week.
You're just full of rhymes on this Friday.
And sometimes I rhymes.
He's trying now.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure you download that WBRC First Alert weather app. Wherever you go, you can get your forecast. Got another rhyme for us?
Have a nice weekend, my friend.
We'll work on it.
Okay.
Umbrella is your fella is a new one that we'll be using. And so, as Mickey said, umbrella is going to be your fella next week because it is going to be a more unsettled pattern. And hey, we have declared a first alert weather day for Wednesday night through Thursday. Why is that? Well, it's not necessarily a slam dunk for severe threat, which is a good thing for us here in central Alabama, but we could be seeing the possibility of flooding that could be impactful. So we're just watching this time frame closely. So we're going to be dry through the weekend, but we mentioned even with the solar eclipse on Monday, we do have the possibility of a few showers around, and it looks like some more rain on the way for Tuesday. And then it's that Wednesday into Thursday time frame that we want to watch for any strong storm potential, which right now looks like a threat that would be limited more to the south and west of us. But if we do see a situation where there's a lot of heavy rain falling, then we need to watch for a flooding threat as well. So this severe threat is actually going to start Monday, like I mentioned, well to our west. And unfortunately, for those in the path of totality in Texas, they could be seeing the threat for some strong storms. So cloudy conditions that day. Now, as we go forward in time, that threat shifts a little to the east, getting into parts of Louisiana and further east in Texas on Tuesday. And then for Wednesday, shifts even farther east. And yes, you'll notice that threat for maybe some strong to severe storms does just clip parts of southwest Alabama and west central Alabama. So if we were to see a stronger severe storm right now, it looks like it would be areas just south of that I-20 corridor in west central Alabama. We're talking areas potentially like Greene, Hale, Sumter, Pickens County. Not a guarantee though. So we've still got several days to fine tune this. We're just wanting to make sure you have that first alert that this could be an impactful weather day Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So still a lot of uncertainty. We'll be keeping you updated in the days ahead. Let's go ahead and look though at the futurecast. So we mentioned a few showers, likely some clouds around for the solar eclipse. We'll hope there'll be a break in that, but then some off and on rain on Thursday. And then Wednesday is when we have that possibility for some storms coming through. That could maybe be on the strong side, but just look at that. It looks like a lot of heavy rain could potentially fall before we dry out once we get past Thursday evening. So how much rain could we see? Well, it's not out of the question right now. I think a good 2 to 3 inches. We could end up seeing higher rainfall totals. This is just something we'll have to monitor in the days ahead. But in the meantime, dry this weekend. Just a first alert for the possibility of some frost tomorrow morning, and then next week turning warmer and more unsettled. And with that more unsettled weather in the forecast, that is when we're looking at that possibility of some strong to severe storms. But what about beyond the 7-day? We bring in now meteorologist Tania Michelle. Tania, what's it looking like for us?
Well, not that bad. Of course, next week's a little rainy and wet, but that's within the 7-day forecast. Next weekend, we're looking drier, so let's talk about it. Looking at our 6 to 10-day temperature outlook, April the 11th through April the 15th. Okay, although you see here lots of red, we're not included in that. So as far as us seeing above average temperatures, we'll actually be seeing more near average, which I'm not mad about, because do we really want to see those summer temps just yet? Lauren said no. Yeah, I'm with her. So near average is not bad. I'm good with that. We are still enjoying our spring season, right? As far as rainfall, 6 to 10-day rainfall outlook, April the 11th through the 15th, looks like the western portions of the United States could be seeing below average rainfall. But notice here at Alabama and across central Alabama, more specifically, looks like we can still see more rainy days ahead of us. And one of those rainy setups is setting up for us next week. So let's talk about beyond the 7 days. So here's April the 5th. Okay, we got that. We're going to see those clouds coming in and some rain chances by next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This is Thursday of next week, April the 11th. But looking beyond that, next weekend looks good. I mean, maybe a few clouds. Our next chance for rain doesn't look possible until not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. That's April the 15th. So we are looking decent. Of course, next week, like Lauren and Mickey said, umbrella is your fella, so have that on standby all throughout next week. Looking at our lows, though, this is April the 11th through April the 20th, about 6 to 15 days out. Notice that our average low is around 49 degrees. Well, we could see some days where we might see more above average overnight temperatures, mainly in the 50s, which is fairly mild, not bad. And a look at those high temperatures, 70s, low 80s, that looks spot on to me. I am not mad at it. Well, that's a look at that 6 to 10-day outlook, and of course beyond the 7-day. Hopefully that made some sense to you. Don't go anywhere though. First Alert Weather Extra, we have a final check-in with you guys right here after the break.
Well, Tania, I know you were showing us how to make our own viewing thing for the eclipse, but this squad back here is already prepared with their own glasses.
I see. They look good.
They do.
Oh my goodness. I want all 3 of them. How cute.
Yes, if you look that good, you send us your pick in on the First Alert Weather app. And Tania, we'll see you back here tonight.
First at 9. Have a great night, everyone.